Okay, so welcome everyone to the call. We're excited tonight because we're going to talk about how to promote events and sometimes that, and it's a skill that we develop, but it's a really important skill because, events are a really big part of our business, whether it's a Zoom call or it's a live event or a salad in a jar party. Um, Being able to invite people and make them want to come is a really important skill. So I'm really excited because we have Noel Schroeder and Natalia Irving, both sales coordinators, that are going to share with you ways to promote. So I'm going to turn it over to you, ladies.
All right, I'm going to start. My name is Noel Schroeder, and I'm a sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. And I'm coming up on, I'm getting close to 2 years in the business. So I started in May of 2015. And I started the business going to weekly events. At the time, Jay and Kelly, Jay Lang and Kelly Farrar were alternating every week and doing an event at their house every week. And I tried to get to everyone. So I really wanted to learn the business and learn how these events were done. And I was absorbing information, but I wasn't bringing any guests. I felt very intimidated by inviting guests. It felt awkward to me. I felt like I was going to be, that sales girl imposing on people, and they were going to say, why would I want to come to an event? What is it, a Tupperware party? I don't want to do that, So I had all these fears about how people were going to react to coming to events. And some of them were true. I mean, some people, still have that Pampered Chef Tupperware party, not to put those companies down, but, that sort of idea that they're going to come to an event with the pressure to buy something before they leave, or they're going to feel badly about, not giving the host whatever gifts she might get, by being at the party. And it was so refreshing to see that that's not how we do Juice Plus events, that we educate, we inform, we socialize, we network, we mainly just have a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. And in the midst of all of that, we share what Juice Plus is, what the products are, maybe what the business is. And, we don't even have order forms out unless somebody asks for one, and we have to go usually digging for one because we sort of like, oh, you actually want to order something? Okay. The idea is really to create community and a lot of energy around what we do so that you can then follow up with somebody after the event and say, what did you think? What was your favorite part? I would love to hear your feedback, and then continue building that relationship and that dialogue with that person. But the idea of the event is that it builds a lot of third-party validation so that when you do actually have a guest there, you don't have to do as much of the work of sharing the products, because all of your sideline friends that are there are going to make that person feel welcome and help them, understand the products and help answer questions. Whoever's running the event is going to sort of do that presentation part for you. And so what's fun about the event is you can just show up with your guests and just have a good time, because so much of what needs to be done gets done just in the experience of the event. And I'm talking about a live event where, people gather in person, but really anything can be an event. I do a lot of one-to-ones. I'm in a BNI. I have to do one-to-ones every week. And so I'm sort of in the habit of calling people or reaching out to people and saying, hey, would you like to get a cup of coffee and just kind of catch up? We haven't talked in a while. Or maybe it's somebody that I don't know very well. And hey, do you want to get together? I'd love to learn more about your business and, network a little over lunch. And so anything can be an event if you end up talking about Juice Plus with that person. So I did not have guests for like the first 6 months because I just was intimidated and afraid to invite. But I have learned over time that it is a skill that you can build and that you can really develop and get good at. And a lot of it is just getting over your fear. And a lot of getting over your fear is doing it even though you're afraid, and then realizing that it's not really that scary, and then you get more confident, and you do it better the next time, and you do it better the next time. And so over time, it's less and less scary, and you're more confident, and you're better at it. And before you know it, you're inviting all over the place. So mainly, I'm going to share a couple things. First of all, the business that we're in is a numbers game. And when I realized that when I was finally starting to invite people, and I was only inviting 1 or 2 people, and they said no, and I was disappointed, and I took it personally, and then I showed up to the event with no guests, what wasn't occurring to me was that 1 or 2 out of every 10 people will say yes to whatever you're asking them to do, whether it's to come to an event, to have a cup of coffee, to actually sign up for the product, to join you in the business. And even when they join you in the business, 1 or 2 out of every 10 will actually do the business all the way. So if you keep that in mind, that 10 to 20% are going to actually say yes, then you stop taking it personally, and you just keep asking. And there's a great book that helped me get through this part. It's called Go for No. And it actually encourages you to just keep asking and asking and asking and asking, not the same person 20 times necessarily, but asking people, as many people as you can, whatever it is you're asking. And that statistic will come true, that at least 1 or 2 out of every 10 will say yes. So if you want to have 1 or 2 guests at an event, how many do you need to invite? At least 10, maybe 20. So that really kind of, blew my mind when I realized, oh, I can't just invite 1 or 2 because the odds are against me. They're most likely going to say no, and I'm not going to have anybody to bring to the event. If I want a guest at the event, I got to start inviting 10 or 20 people at minimum. So I started to kind of play around with verbiage, and usually the best way to get a hold of people, I find, is text or Facebook messaging. Sometimes it's email. My BNI people are emailers. That's kind of how we communicate. So for the most part, I communicate with them through email. Sometimes I do pick up the phone. I find more often than not, I'm going to get somebody's voicemail, and it's easier to at least initially text or Facebook message and then maybe get them on the phone. We have so many great flyers now, in JPEG form that we can easily text or send through Facebook Messenger. And I'm very conscientious now, and I wasn't in the beginning, I will admit, but I'm much better now about, even in Facebook, if there's an event that's been, an event invite that's already been created, it's so easy to just go in and hit the invite button and, send 1 million people a Facebook invite. But the odds are not in your favor by doing it that way. People want a personal message because they're getting bombarded with so much junk mail in their email inbox and so much junk in their Facebook notifications and so many invites to so many things that they feel like a number, and they want to feel like you're actually saying something to them specifically. And so that personal connection is really valuable. So Facebook message somebody just to invite them to say, hey, there's an event coming up on Thursday. It's salad in a jar. Thought of you because, I know you've been asking me more about, coming to some of these events, and you were curious about salad in a jar, and there's one in your neighborhood. Do you want to go? And see if they respond. And if they say yes, what are the details? Like, don't just give them all the details up front. Create a little dialogue, like get them engaged in a conversation. And then if they say, when or what time or where, can I send you the Facebook invite? Yes. So now they're on the Facebook invite where they're going to get the notifications, because hopefully whoever's hosting is posting in there, and reminders are being sent, and they've got all the details on the Facebook invite. So start with a text or a Facebook message, and then send the Facebook invite. And you can come up with a pretty generic message, and just personalize it with their name and copy and paste the rest. So make it easy on yourself. By doing that, you can get 10 or 20 done in about 30 minutes or less. I'm going to show you some examples. Oh, it says host disabled attendee screen sharing. Michelle, can you enable that so that I can?
Yeah, I will fix that. I did that earlier.
That's okay. Thank you.
Whoops,
I
sorry.
didn't tell you I was going to do that. I didn't even know that was possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So where am I going? Here. Okay. No, I don't want iTunes. Why did that open? Okay. Can you all see this? Can you all see this? Yes? Okay, good. Thank you.
Yes.
So these are two women that we always have kind of an ongoing group conversation. So I just said, hey ladies, how are you? Wondering if you'd like to come to an event at my house Thursday night featuring raw food and whole food desserts for Valentine's Day. This was the first time we were trying to schedule this event before we had this big snowstorm and we had to reschedule. Thanks so much. Already going somewhere. Then she invites us to an event at her house. Okay. The other one says, I'm a maybe. My husband's flight's getting back. Both sound wonderful, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the 16th works for me for that event. And great if you can make it, Patty. No worries, Joyce. And so I took a screenshot initially of the Facebook invite just to give them a little teaser like, okay, here's what it looks like. And then Patty said, okay. And then we followed up, or Patty followed up. My husband's flight got canceled because of the snow. Hope you had a nice birthday. That's okay. Looks like we're going to be canceling it anyway. Can I send you the Facebook invite? And she says, yes, I'm actually on the invite already. Because of course I forgot that I had invited her. And so I made sure she was on the invite and that was good. Here's another one. Now those are people that I've talked to Juice Plus about. Here's somebody I have not talked to Juice Plus about. She's an old high school friend that I'm trying to reconnect with. I ran into her totally unexpectedly one night. It felt sort of providential. You know, hey, how are you? Wondering if you'd like to come to an event at my house. Same thing. I basically copied and pasted and just plugged in her name. Thanks so much. It's my birthday that night. And of course I'm like, oh, right. Duh. I knew your birthday was 2 days after mine. Have a ball. I'll keep you. But she wants to know about the next one, which is cool because I think part of what we get afraid of is that people are going to think, we think that people are not going to want to be invited. And the majority of the time people say, will you keep me in the loop for the next one? Will you keep, or keep inviting me? Like, because I think I may be bugging them and they're saying, no, please keep me in mind for the next one. So then she gets back to me and says, so I tell her that we rescheduled and, she thinks she's already missed it. So I don't have that message here, but she says, if it's not too late, will you send me the invite? Sorry, I missed your message. And I say, no, here it is. And then I followed up with her, and actually I don't have it up, but then I followed up with her and said, can I send you I just did that today. Can I send you the invite? So it's just kind of like I'm pinging her and reminding her it's this Friday, haven't heard from you. Can I send you the invite so that you have the details? And what I just started doing last week is, can you see this? I can't see you guys. So can somebody say yes?
Yeah, we can see it.
All right, thanks. So I created this event invite tracker because what I was finding was my DMO is great, but there's nowhere on there that lists invites. And I wanted to keep track because there's usually multiple events that I'm inviting for at the same time. And I don't want to be sending too many invites to the same person, too many times. So how can I sort of tailor who I'm inviting to what, but keep track? And so I created this little tracker of, okay, here are the people I want to invite. How did I initially invite them? How did I follow up? Did I send a reminder, and how did I do that? And what was the result? Did they go? And then what was the evaluation? Did they like it? And I'm just adding, so as you can see, I've got 3 sheets going here. That was the KJ call. this is my event for Friday, Fall in Love with Whole Food, Facebook Messenger, and then Facebook invite. And then, you know, now I'm doing, I'm posting in the Facebook event page. So this whole column is really the reminder column for, if they're on the Facebook invite, they're going to see my little posts that I'm doing every day this week to say, I'm so excited, I can't wait, you know, those kinds of posts. And I'm still adding to this list. As you can see, I've got like 29 minus 5, so like 24 people invited so far. And I think I've got, let's see, I know I've got at least 3 or 4 people on here that are saying, yes, they're coming, and I have a few maybes. So again, it's a numbers game, so don't forget that part. And this is the Dr. David Phillips event. And I'm, you know, it's a ways out, but I know that people's schedules are busy, and I know that especially the people that I want to invite to this event are really hard to pin down. And, you know, if they work out regularly, if they're athletes, if they have, you know, kids that are athletes, I definitely want them like on the top of my list. So for example, I sent, let's see, I think I have another example. Come on, where's the little, I'm gonna quit out of this. So today I sent this to my friend who has, you know, they're all skiers. Her son is really heavily into skateboarding. Thought of you and your whole family of athletes with this event. Amazing sports med doc who is also an Ironman champ. And then I sent the same, I copied and pasted the same one, but took out the athlete part. Thought of you and your whole family with this event, and sent the JPEG of the Dr. David Phillips event. And then one of them got back to me and said, thanks. And so now I'm going to follow up with, can I put you on the Facebook invite? So that way she's going to get, you know, the postings and the reminders from there. Because if it just sits in the in her text messages, she's most likely going to forget about it because it's so far out. So now I want to get her on the Facebook event page so that she's getting the reminders. So I've just kind of made this a part of my DMO, and in addition to my, you know, kind of reaching out to 2 people a day, to following up with 2 people a day, reaching out to 2 customers and 2 team members a day, who am I inviting and how am I keeping up with those lists and tracking them so that I'm staying organized and on top of the invites, the follow-ups, and the reminders. That's all I've got. But I've gotten much better, I have to say, since 2 years ago at getting guests to events. So I can see the results of, you know, honing this skill and what it has produced over time, and how I've gotten a lot more guests to either show up on calls or come to live events.
I really enjoyed what you had to share, Noel. And, you know, one of the things you said is, you know, inviting people, that sometimes we have that fear of inviting, but, you know, you think about like when you were a kid and they had the birthday party, and if you weren't invited, how you felt left out. Mm-hmm. So people love to be included and invited. So, and it does make them special when it's a personal invite. And I love that tracking sheet. So it looked like you had 5 columns. You had the contact, you sent a Facebook message, you did a follow-up, then there was a reminder column, and then the result.
Yeah. And then actually I added an evaluation column. Cheryl Cortese talked a lot about that on a recent call. For those of us working on getting to senior sales coordinator, she said, you know, try to take a bird's eye view of your calendar and how many events you've got on your calendar, but then also pay attention to, ask yourself the question, like, did this event work? Was this successful in terms of, did people show up? Did they become customers? Or, you know, or that not even did they become customers, but whatever your measure of success is. Sorry.
That's great. So I know Natalia has something to share too. So Natalia, are you with us?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Natalia Irving, and I'm sales coordinator with Juice Plus Company. And I actually was invited by Michelle and Jay. I met them at one of the wellness wellness event, and they were invited me probably like 4 or 5 times. Michelle, they called me, left me voicemails. I was busy. Now I just remember all the time. I was invited probably like four or 5 times. I just got their voicemail, some really nice. I'm like, oh, I should call them. But I got busy. And one day they got me, and I was, and we scheduled appointment. So never give up on people because people get busy, and it's really get busy. Don't think they're ignoring you. They just get busy. So I live in Maine, in Falmouth, Maine, and so lots of events happen in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and bring people to New Hampshire, Massachusetts. You need to really learn how to invite people so they can travel. So I prepare a little bit. Eric Worre, he's a writer of a book. It's called Go Pro. If you want to be a pro, I really recommend to read this book. And I just give you a couple tips from his how to invite people. And do it happen to you when you invite lots of people and nobody show up? Is it happen? Who is happen? No show up, or sometimes it's not enough people came. So it's happened to everyone, but it has a reason why the people not coming up. So sometimes people invite, kind of without any intensity. They invite people, and people say yes. They just don't want to they just want to get rid of you, so you don't bug them. And so you don't invitation, like Eric Worre say, probably you don't make that very important for them, so they don't think this is a really important event to go, or they get busy, they come home watching, they just, watching TV, or say, oh, why should I drive there? Why should I go there? Oh, maybe next time. So if you don't make it's really this event very important for them, they will probably not show up, or maybe say, okay, yes, we come, but they will not show up. So it's a different invite for different, for prospects, it's a different invite, and also for distributor, it's a different invite. I will use some notes, so I will keep in track. We have not much time left. So for the prospects, invite, some people invite people and they apologize. They feel like, oh, can you come? Really feel apologetic, and it's happened to everyone in the beginning. And you feel like, oh, it will be good event. So you need to show enthusiasm. That's number one. You need to show enthusiasm. You need to show the posture. You need to smile. If you invite through the phone, your smile will show up. You need to, before, get your energy, your mindset, get your energy, your mindset. So maybe you need to change your mindset. Maybe you need to get energy. What helpful for that? Here I recommend listen cool music you love. What music really energizes and switch your energy. And don't feel sorry. The second tip, always give a compliment. He say, if you give a compliment, if you walk into the room and give a compliment to people, all people will be your friends. So don't give a false compliment. Give a real compliment, good compliment to the people, and it's really, people will be really, happy. Like invite, when we're talking about Dr. Phillips event. I thought of you because I know you're really, you are a runner, and I know it will be good, very helpful for you. If I invite you, will you coming with me? This is really make it such important with enthusiasm and feel like energy, your energy really, Dr. Phillips, he's an Iron Man. He's went to Harvard and oh my God, he's coming from, I'm not sure, but he's coming like all the way for far away. It's a one-time event. It's happening and it's free for guests. Oh my God, it really will be awesome event. So will you come if I invite you? The next thing he recommend locks up the invite. So spend a couple minutes, not just invite and just say yes, okay, I'll come, but spend a couple more minutes to. I will be coming from work. You know the location, you know how to get there. Give a little bit more tips how make them easier how to get there. So spend a couple more minutes, talk to them. Oh, probably okay. Are you finished your work at like 6 o'clock? So 6:15. I will wait you in the lobby or some. I will look in for you. So they kind of you get extra few minutes to get, you kind of see him there. What I sometimes do, I make everyone smoothie. We carpool and I do for everyone. I make smoothie because for driving, take usually it take like an hour drive or more, and people hungry or they had, and I say, okay, what type of smoothie you like? Okay, I'll make you a chocolate one. I will and I bring smoothie to people, and we had a great conversation. Or I say, people, oh, I haven't seen you for a while. We have a time to chat. We have a time to catch up and talk about more, and we'll have fun. And also, he really recommend for the home meetings. He really recommend to make assignment people. If you invite to your home or to salad and car party, to put some salad in car party, they bring things, and you ask them, can you bring an ice? Can you bring ice, or can you bring chips and crackers and cheese? Can you bring this? So they know they have to come because you already make some excitement. Can you support me? Can you bring this? A little thing, so they will feel like, okay, I'm part of this party. I need to bring a couple things. And you confirming with them. And the most important, I want to focus on, we have a few minutes. The most important, I want to focus for the how we invite our team. Our distributor. If I can share the screen.
Hey, Natalia, we can't really hear you.
You can?
No, maybe come a little closer.
When you're closer to the computer, we can hear you. When you back up, we kind of lose you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. Oh, can you see that?
Yep, we can see your screen.
Okay. So for the distributors, different invite for the distributors. So number one, when you invite distributors, you need to be committed yourself and show your team your commitment. So if you want to go to the conference, number one, you already go, you going, and they know you are going, so they can know you're very committed. This one. Demonstrate your commitment. So you invite them, you invite the distributor, and you make a hotel reservation. You get a ticket. You show it's everything going on, and you show, okay, we have a room, we have this. Demonstrate your commitment. The third one, and you really talk with intensity. You need to be fired up. You're not just really, it's really an awesome event, and it's happened in California, and it's changed your life. It's very important. It's really a lot of good news you happen, and if you come, you will be. It's really important. And the number 4 is a laser focus. You just really need to laser focus on this event and inviting. Number 5, here's the way important. Just tell them with a different way why it's need to go, and just repetitions. And he also recommend to the game plan, the verbal commercial. The verbal commercial, what he recommend to do, make like a little, like a phrase from all your team, like a team rock, and everyone say similar thing, like a little commercial. Where we meet amazing people, we have a really, it's our dream come true, and you know, this will be a really amazing event, and we'll meeting really a lots of different successful people. It's a life-changing event. So you need to have a vision too. So have a vision, help you inspire and build your team. Show them the vision. Number 8, and show you them the game plan. The game plan, it's usually the show, if you go to the conference and your team go to the conference, your business will be growing and your team will be growing, and they will be more serious about that. Share the stories, number 9, and example. Look at this. I went to the conference, and really something clicked in my brain. I decided this is my business, and I decided to do this as a business. Or I saw the woman national marketing director. She made NMD like in 2 years, and it's possible. And share that everyone have a different story, and share the story, your story, and different people's stories who can fit that people, you know, can help that people kind of understand more. And I like inclusion and exclusion. If you go to the conference or at this event, we'll have some team dinner together. Or will be some recognition maybe, or will be a really, you have some inclusion, really informational, you learn so many new things, so you cannot, you know, we will sharing of course, but it's hard to give all the information from 3 days of the conference. So exclusion, you will be excluded, you don't learn many things, will be saying a lot of different news all the time at the conference. And recognition, like I mentioned, it will be like maybe special dinner, and people will be with sometime attend to gala dinner. It's a really cool courtesy event. And sometime he mentions the peer pressure. Maybe it's not in conference, but sometime when we have event, like we invite people and we show list the people who already sign up and who already going, and it's kind of give people a little pressure. Okay, I'm not in the list and I want to be there, and it's really kind of, I want to put my name there and put at the register. And 13, he mentioned competition. Some people are competitor and some not. He say it doesn't work for everyone. So, but people who competitor, he say, okay, you going, who is going with you? How many people you bring? Like my friend, I mean, this distributor bringing 3 people, and are you bringing, how many you bringing? And so it's like I'm competing. People like, oh, how I want to bring like 5, you know, or, you know, for the event. Sometimes we have a competition, like Karen Jones did the competition last time. Who came there, who invite more people, they get free conference ticket to the conference. And it was really cool. It was really cool. And a few people won the ticket. And yeah, me and Marina won the tickets. It's kind of was cool, get a free tickets. So creating events with distributor, it's creating a culture. So they committed, and it's creating a culture. They are really, and it starts with you. Get your, you know, get your solid team, and then you teach people how invite their people. You know, you teach people, then teach people to teach, and then house is duplicatable. And I just want to end with this. If you don't learn how to invite, it's actually very important skills to learn. If you don't learn how to invite, it's really, if you not invite people, your business will not grow. And the biggest promoter, they're making the most money. And that's really, really, you know, if you want to learn, if you want to be successful, you need to learn how to invite people.